people very creative, getting that phone to see it to their home. Even if they want to be creative, they get distracted all the time.
But did you see David Hockney had on his iPhone he did drawings, paintings,
Yeah, I can do it from my
and then he could show anybody could see the sequence. So
I find it attractive at all. You know, it's not three-dimensional. I don't like them. I hate them. I think it kills all creativity and the struggle for survival. Not having any, there's no job, so everybody's struggling to get a steady job. That's like I said, that's the height of their desire is to get a steady job nowadays. It was something completely different. World peace, not world peace, just for themselves. It's something for themselves, not for the good of society anymore.
okay, so it's a mentality.
So why should they draw something for themselves? They used to make things to show to other people, but there's nobody to show it to. Unless you've got an iPhone, and if you don't, you know what I mean? You're out of the loop, you know, I mean, you're excluded, and those things are bloody expensive. So if you're poor, you're out of luck. And you don't have an iPhone.
They put you on a payment plan, so you get hooked like it's a drug.
You know, I mean, both of you and your own are not rich, and you both got one, because if you don't, you feel like excluded. That's what I think. I don't.
No, it's good for business.
Business, that's not, but the business is not being creative. Business is not creative.
I'm one of the most creative people you know.
Yeah,
you can't lump me in with them or they.
Business is nothing to do with creativity.
Yeah, but I have a phone. It doesn't make me a bad person.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't make me not creative.
No, but I mean, most people are more interested in business than in being creative. One excludes the other. It's you maybe not, but you're an exception to the rule.
No, most people want it for social aspects.
Why?
They have a day job, and most people I know are not really in the business even. They just, like you said,
they socialise.
They have a day job.
They can't just go and sit in a cafe and talk to somebody. They have to do it via your phone.
Yep.
Why?
Because then they can abandon the conversation at any time. With texting, you don't have to say goodbye. You just disappear.
Okay, exactly. So
like if I don't like what you're saying, so I'll see you later.
All right.
See, that would be too much. It's a commitment. They don't want the commitment. Yeah.
They don't. I know.
You get into like some topic and on iPhone and texting or email, and then you can just stop the conversation.
Okay. Yeah, I know. So the people become socially lazy as well as other aspects. You know. Social laziness, isn't it? Because you can just withdraw any time. You don't have to make any more efforts to socialise and try and come to compromises, because you can just bug off.
What do you feel is missing in today's art?
Dimension.
Like three-dimensional, like perspective?
Yeah, perspective, meaning, spirit.
Even the perspective, like their point of view?
Yeah, what are you trying to do with the art? Why are you doing it?
Intention.
Yeah, intention.
They don't know.
That's what I mean, you know. I mean,
their intention is to get likes on Facebook.
Exactly.
And then
is that the only reason?
I hope not.
I hope not either. Sorry, but I've got cold.
What do you feel is missing in today's activism?
Going out. People are activists on Facebook. They sign virtual petitions.
Collectivists? Have you heard that word?
No, they sign virtual petitions and then they think they made a difference, and of course they haven't. You know.
Or if they comment about it.
No, or like it. Damn likes again. No.
Like I was saying,
go out to the street. I think then you're making a real difference.
I say why do when you can just say? Because saying is the new doing. You can just post that you did.
Yeah, and then does it change anything? I shouldn't think so.
Well, how do you make it a better world?
Thinking peacefully, not violently. Thinking about life and peace instead of death.
Yeah, but you're idealistic.
agitate against, well, it's my prerogative, that's how I think. I'm not going to tell you how other people think,
Also
what other people should do. That's what I do, and it's the only point of view I have.
But you know, it's going against the very fabric of economies.
Yeah, well, still, I don't want an economy. I want a peaceful society.
Yeah.
Fuck economy.
Well, you want human evolution.
I want people to think.
And I want people to evolve. I'm not anti-capitalism, but it's like if it gets in the way of culture and thinking,
No, exactly.
yeah, it's that way
Yeah.
we're on the same page.
Well, people should be able to earn a decent living without being forced to join the army because they can't get any other job, which is what happens in the States quite a lot, especially like poor Indians, poor people. They join the army because at least it gives them a living.
Well, it's not
because
just
they
that.
particularly want to or are particularly aggressive.
That's not necessarily true on reservations because I did, like most of the time, it's like they're Native Americans are mostly for every war that the United States has ever gone into, and they're the first to like join up.
Yeah, I know they are.
So there's like
I think
this,
they're defending their country, and of course it's not their country. They're defending a strange, the dominator oppressor's way of life.
well,
They
yeah,
don't
now
realize
it's not even like a company in your country, it's some multinational corporation that has like their offices in Dubai or somewhere. It's not even a country at all.
Those Indians that join up believe the bullshit, the propaganda. Although I can't see any other reason why they shoot otherwise. It's not their country, it's an economy, an American economy they're defending, not their country, their land. It's bullshit.
So much for
Well,
being a sovereign nation or autonomy.
They should be thinking, and a lot of them, they're very patriotic without any reason to be patriotic, and I just don't understand it. Or Christian-y without any reason for them to be Christian, because Christians slaughtered lots of the ancestors, and then they become Christian. Doesn't make any sense to me. Why is the matter with these people?
I know, and then once again, they don't want to be Christ-like and be, like you said, like helping people in the world. It's like Christ.
Aggressive bastards most of the time. You know, they just want to kill people and shoot them and fight and put people in prison. And
So,
I don't know why.
So you have all these different Native American Indian artists that are in the Indigenous Brilliant Show, but I think a lot of them are exceptions to the rules.
Yeah, that's why they're in that show.
And I think
They've spent their own money to get the stuff. I mean, it's unheard of. They're not doing it to sell it a piece.
they're doing it for the
Creating an awareness of
communication.
yeah,
That's what I tell.
Culture understanding, peace, peaceful coexistence, cooperation, no hierarchy, all these
peace.
things.
I don't
Yeah,
know about
peace.
that.
Oh,
I
why
don't
not?
know.
What's
You
wrong
gotta be
with
very
that?
specific, because peace brings up all kinds of problems.
What kind of
If there
problems?
was actual peace,
Yeah,
people would go nuts.
okay.
Yeah, people they crave to be told what to do. They need turmoil in their lives.
Oh, like in that movie Privilege, that most people are stupid and they need to be told, yeah,
They
right.
need drama.
I know that excuse.
No, you'd have to teach them like how to
Yeah.
cope with peace.
Long live fascism, you know, they tell you exactly what to do. Sure, yeah, I'm not falling for that one.
What
Sorry.
would you say is the difference between American artists and Native American artists, American Indian artists?
Yeah, are there any American artists? There's a few in the past. Now,
Yeah, no, I mean you got what like.
what kind of work do they do? I mean, I
Jeff
don't
Koons?
know any. Jeff Koons, I don't
But I mean
know.
in general, you spent some time in the United States, not necessarily known
Well, I
artists.
think American Indians have more of an old culture than Americans, and they put quite a bit of that in their work. That's a difference, some kind of spirit. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, I mean, they have roots. They have roots in that country that go back thousands and thousands of years, and it quite often shows in the work.
Mhm.
You know, they draw on that for strength.
It shows in this
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, you know. As in the
I got some
American Indian is very
traditional beadwork.
exactly. I mean, the application of the technique is an all Indian technique, but the way you apply the technique is different from somebody who does a cozy medallion. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I mean, but the technique is the same. But I mean, the way it's applied is different.
What were you
It's
saying
still
about the old master influence with my work?
oh, it's the tone, the colouring, the tone, and the atmosphere you get of it. It reminds me of Old Masters. Yeah,
Like
that one
this,
even more. Yeah, because of the I think it's the tones, the colours you use.
Yeah, with the old masters, they weren't trying to make it just realistic.
No.
And in the age of the photograph, the painting is competing with the photograph. For me,
Yeah.
people treat a photograph as a document of truth. and the painting is fantasy. So when you combine photography and painting, it's like, it's an assault. People,
Do they? I do that.
people like, some of my more abstract stuff, they're like,
Yeah.
is that a photograph? And I'm like, if it's a photograph, I wanna know where you think I took this from, cause it's obviously not a photograph.
Yeah.
There's photograph, it's in the mixed media.
Well, it's a stupid question. It's a stupid remark.
Yeah.
The person that says that is just immoral, and I wouldn't give him any time of the day.
Yeah, I think that's
Idiots.
been my mistake, is to battle.
Idiots.
Folks that
No, you know, you only need to be kind to the deserving.
Yeah, you know, I'm learning, that's why I'm here.
Exactly.
I needed to escape the vampires in the
Yes.
US and
I'm
get
one
my
of the-
strength back.
And I'm one of the deserving because I work very hard to have a voice of not reason. I don't think I'm any better. It's just different. What I say is different from what most people say. It gives people a different point of view.
And that's part of
That's all
dialogue.
it is. That's all it is. Yeah, I try to
People-
create some opposition to this continuous brainwashing that's just getting worse and worse. You
It's
know?
getting worse. I find that people feel that if you disagree with them, that you're insulting them now. And it's not a country thing, it seems to be a contemporary.
No.
It's like you're supposed to spend time with people and only talk
I've
about
been
things you
screech-
agree with.
I've been screeching about my own brother, stop moaning, stop, they told me to stop moaning. Because they don't want to hear it, because they're in the system. They believe in the system, they work within
Oh.
the system, they
So you
don't
can
wanna
still
hear what I
criticize
want
it
to
even
say.
if you're in the system.
I'm not allowed to. They screech at me if I criticize
It's like-
too much.
People say that I can't criticize the president because I didn't vote.
No.
I'm
Talk
like,
shit, of course
what are
you
you gonna
can.
do about it? You gonna stop me?
Oh, they'll shoot you, probably, you know, in
You think
America.
that's how they're gonna get me?
They shoot you here, they just blank you out. They
I
don't come and
noticed,
talk to them, they come and visit you anymore, they won't talk to you, you know, and you end up, you know, like pretty much on your own.
Well, I know for a
What
fact
happens?
there's been at least a couple times and like 3 times that people that have either used to work for the federal government in the United
Mhm.
States or works for some organization had a problem with my art and approached
Oh, yeah,
either old instructors or people.
of course they have a problem.
So it's interesting they're worried about an artist.
But they've always been threatened, people have always been threatened, dominant cultures are always threatened by dissidents. You're a
Free
dissident,
thinkers.
you know,
Yeah. We're
You know?
dissidents for sure.
I'm a dissident in Holland, you know, and I don't get locked up just yet, but you know, I get looked at weirdly and I've been told to shut up. That's
Really?
the start of it, yeah.
By Dutch people?
Yeah, my own brothers. Stop moaning. You're always criticizing.
What's wrong with
everything.
I don't know, maybe I'm old enough to think like criticizing is because you want to make it better.
Like,
please
shut up.
criticize
No,
my
they don't-
art.
They don't see it.
I'm
that
not
way.
going to stop making paintings because you like criticize.
They don't see
you
it that
know,
way.
Or I'm not going to stop because
You know,
you don't like it.
they don't see it. They've become a bit milder, but that's because I'm ill. They're not as nasty to me anymore, but it's just because
Then
I've
you
got
can get
disease,
more-
you know. So
More screechy and more political.
I can screech more and get away with it more nowadays.
That and, like,
because
when you get older too.
Like the illness is
Right.
actually helping me become more critical without getting all these repercussions because they feel sorry for me. You know?
Well, not only that, like you said, we were talking about death.
Yeah.
In the West, people don't, like I was thinking in Holland, where are the signs of death? Where are the cemeteries? Where's in the culture?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
in Latin
Oh,
culture,
yeah.
you see death.
Yeah.
So it's like people don't want to be reminded. They hear the
Not
word
really.
cancer or sickness and they
Yeah.
think
Yikes.
it's like, if it's not contagious, they think it's like a mental state of mind that
Mhm.
that's contagious. But some others are the influence, so they don't.
Yeah, and you're the same person.
It
with
comes
an
down to
illness
their mortality. You remind them.
of their mortality. They don't like it, do they?
No.
It freaks them out. They're more freaked out than I am.
And then they think, well, maybe Elio was right screeching all these years because I really haven't done much with my life. And
No.
I'm gonna die and all I did was go to a job.
Exactly.
And I didn't think or question.
No.
What's wrong with questioning authority?
I've always questioned authority. I think it's my duty to question authority because quite often this authority, sorry, in my opinion, they're just wrong. You know, and they violently apply all kinds of means, their way of thinking upon me, which I don't like. You know, and as an individual, you know, the only thing you can do is screech about it and tell other people what you think. What else can I do?
Well, apparently the whole system is so fragile they freak out over any kind of questioning.
And I'm not gonna. I don't like violence, so I'm I'm not gonna go and blow up their buildings and shoot them, you know, so all I can do is screech at them, you know. Which is what most peaceful
Well, nowadays they
resistors did.
nowadays they just, the governments just blow up their own buildings and blame it on someone else.
I mean like 9/11.
Yeah, Oklahoma City and,
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I think. You know, that's
Yeah.
quite controversial.
I mean, Hitler did it, it worked.
How come the Bin Laden family was evacuated out of the building before how come? You know?
Well, how come when Obama said they got Bin Laden, there was only one photo?
Yeah.
And it looked like a photo that actually was in the media and then it looked photoshopped?
And why did they invade? Why did they invade Iraq? Osama was from Saudi Arabia, and they never attacked Saudi Arabia because
Well,
Saudi Arabia's got most of the oil.
It's bad for business.
Oh, exactly. So it's got nothing to do with freedom and attacking terrorists. It's to do with oil and business. That's why I don't particularly like business. That's why I've never done any business. That's why I don't need an iPhone.
What do you think of, you've seen pages from the new book?
Yeah, it's excellent.
What the, obviously like,
I like the beat work. You know.
the idea, we are all Indians now.
Yes, we are.
And the idea is like taking a picture of somebody, not necessarily American Indian.
Well, these two happen to be, but
Yeah,
never mind. You know.
but they're just ordinary
Yes.
people mostly in the pages.
Yes.
And the idea was like in North America and the United States, there were all these people, and I'm quoting John Wayne, that had all this land and they were wasting it. And then people from Europe came in and they colonized, and basically the indigenous way of life in the United States went away. So
Yeah.
there was a photographer, Edward Curtis, and he
Yeah.
photographed people in their traditional wear, headdresses, clothes. It was staged, but he was also documenting what
Yeah.
was going to be put
Yeah.
in the closet and forgotten. So my idea, and this plays into like a lot of people think like the United Nations and Agenda 21 and all these ideas that people are going to be relocated again. Well, it's starting to appear in the United States with confiscation of land around reservation areas and in certain areas. So the idea is we're all Indians now and we're all like, you know, living in these places with asphalt and concrete,
Yes.
and we're a burden. We're a burden to the opulent.
Mhm.
We're taking up space that they could break up these buildings and plant some trees.
Mhm.
So the idea is like relocating people because the consumerism is over, credit is over, and we're coming down to a time where overpopulation, right?
Yes.
And there's too many people in the world, and there's not enough jobs, and they're taking the resources. So it's coming down to resources. So my idea with this book is, here are these people, and all people that are just, you know,
Taking
Eating too much.
resources. Yeah.
taking up space, taking up resources. So
In their opinion, anyways. Huh?
yeah. So the Indian problem, what they used to say in the States,
Mhm.
is now the people problem, the human problem, the population problem.
It
So
is.
and it's also the name of the book I'm writing, the memoir. It's kind of telling my story,
Mhm.
not from a conspiracy theory point of view, but just from dreams I've had and ideas I've had with paintings and just how
Mhm.
people's mentality,
Yeah.
they have a slave mentality.
Mhm. Well, every
Were
time
they-
just like I said, it's like I do, I screech.
But the new cuss words are dissident, free thinker.
Liberal, socialist.
Well, yeah,
Oh
liberal.
yeah, socialist as well.
Liberal
Seen
is
that.
on the right. It's a dirty word. On the left, it's left wing fascism.
What about socialism and communism?
You have
Pacifist.
corporate
That's another one.
socialism in the
Pacifist.
States.
Pacifist.
That one, I think a lot of people don't even know what the word means.
Oh, that's terrible. That's what I mean. Education, education, education. People aren't educated. They don't educate themselves. I think there's no excuse because you've got Google. Anything.
Well,
you don't know, you can look it up.
you're right. And Burroughs
And they
said
don't.
language is a virus.
Oh, people can look things up and they don't.
Well,
you know.
also the
they
problem
have no
is in
excuse
the-
for the ignorance anymore.
The problem is in the language, not like in Dutch or English, but the
No.
problem is in the language, the use of the words. Like peace. You say peace, and most people think, oh, I'm going to go to a protest and put flowers in my
Just
hair.
type it into Google and type in songs with the word peace in it, you know, and they can just learn from listening to those songs, for instance. You know, I mean,
So-
it's so easy
so it's-
nowadays.
Everybody, because of the time we live in the whole internet and the media, it seems like there's a lot of absolutism and black and white
Well,
thinking,
yeah, there's
even
a
with, especially with overeducated people,
Yeah, and there's a lot of stupidity as well, and it's
Including
nothing to do with
with
intellect.
what you know and what you memorize because you have a degree or not,
Some of those intellectuals are the most stupid people there are.
and the most prejudiced and,
Well, they think they're clever and they're not, they're just educated.
well,
It's
look
not
at
the
the
same
politically
thing.
correct, you can't have discourse with, and you can't use certain words because it's not politically correct.